And we are now streaming. So welcome back to Mahjong. We are about the third to last Mahjong of the year. I am down massively in points and could do with a good run of form. By the way, new tournament lobby. I have changed the link down below. You may have to refresh the thing if you've been waiting for a little while, as I know some people have. Hello, Viking. So I believe we have Debbie in here because she went in and tested the link for me. Not that she said. Third to last because in December Vanna is over, so I'm not likely to be doing Friday streams during that time. So the actual final is on the 24th, which will be, like last time, a timed stream. We will play games from probably 8 o'clock start, 4 hours. And then the last games after midnight will close out the season. We'll work up the points at that stage. And we will crown Viking the winner of that trophy yet again. So we have a Cheers, we have a Kung Pao Deb, we have a Viking, and we have a me. Let's say go. And I could really do a Viking losing horribly in one of these two games. Viking having a bad run of luck is what I need. But anyway, let's see how this goes to start with. Actually, not too bad. We got the Dora, we got a run, got some options here. Yeah, this can stretch to Tanyo quite easily. We'll toss the White Dragon to start with. Have you not registered an account? That might be it. Alright, I'll fix that in a moment. But you will have to I will have to go and play this game first. I'm going to play the 9 over the West, just purely on the basis that we could still potentially get a pair of these. Although one has been played, so if we get something vaguely useful, we'll just toss it now. Yeah, 5 is vaguely useful here. Draw a 5, then we got to debate getting rid of this free 7. 3s and 7s are awkward, but also extremely useful should... there's more tiles around that would be... Oh, God damn it. Alright, we'll toss the free man, and we'll see how this goes. Carol has dropped the 5 Dora dot early, which... He's either cutting a suit for a half flush, or he just badly doesn't have any dot tiles he wants to use. He might be trying to cull the 5 dots, so I'm going to get rid of my 7 as well. So we're now 1 from Tempai. If I draw the 5, I'm in a double pair weight. I prefer to draw the 6, I guess. Move myself a bit more naturally towards Pinfu. Given I have to clear a reach otherwise, I might even just wait a little bit, half a step or so. But we'll see how this develops. Carol is dealer and likely going for a Sozu hand by the look of that, so... But I have 2 safe tiles against the dealer. The Reach Pin Fedora 1 would be a good start to proceedings. I am getting punished for getting rid of these Manzus. Okay. We could cut the 7, but I think we're going to... Nah, 2 dots fine. It technically does turn this into a 1-2 and a 2-3, which is, strictly speaking, better. But we're cutting potential chances. We need a middle tile on either of these two, really, to get it going. A 7 would be fine here. That potentially helps us further towards Pinfu than the other side of it. So Red Dragon has been played. And about this time, we were expecting action from all sides here. Nobody's made a call yet. This has actually been... Oh, okay. I take that back. Alright, if we hit Tempai off this draw, we're reaching.
Eat.
I probably have. There's a setting that I always get wrong when I'm setting these up, so make it a count. Or do it later. I will sort this out once I'm finished with this game. So yeah, this is a bad wait. In many ways, I'm waiting on the middle 5, so... But it's aggressive. It's going to punish him for declaring the Khan, and it's potentially huge on my end. Heck, if it comes off, all the bonus. Sozu also shouldn't get played against this. Unless somebody is being extremely risky. But with no calls having been made, I feel this is a table I can potentially put some pressure on with half bluffs like this. And it is a half bluff. I'm not expecting this to pay off, but it does hopefully give me the fold. Yeah, nobody's playing any Sozu tiles. Question is Debbie going to be aggressive enough to go for Tenpai at the draw? Doesn't work. Viking has an account. But, yeah, it's a setting I've got to turn off or turn on, rather. So, yep, there we go. So, it was a semi-bluff, but it did its purpose. I've gained a buffer. It would have potentially been big enough had it have paid off. So, but yeah, whenever someone calls, if you can go into Reach immediately afterwards, there is nothing more frightening.
Boom.
Alright, let's throw a green dragon. So Debbie's made an early call. We have one door in hand. And we have a couple... Alright, so this is a much more aggressive game than last time. So we're either going to have to... Okay. Thankfully that wasn't what I thought it was for half a second there. That is potentially a... If she has a triplet of the 1 Manzu tiles as well, that is a good hand. There is a lot of stuff happening right now. Unless she's just pushing Chanter. Yeah, I don't know how to take this one. But there are advantages to being uber aggressive, and the first of these is I have no idea what I'm discarding anymore. I'm just going to discard what's on the table and hope that somehow works. But yeah, this is absolutely must not be discarded now. But let's see if I'm getting somewhere with it, so... Risk the 7, man. So terminals and honors could be a thing. Hello, Urza. We're just trying to work out what the heck Debbie's doing. So if I get the 3, I'm in Tenpai on a 7 edge weight, which I'd have to reach for, and I really don't want to be doing that. If I draw a 7, I'm still on an edge weight. I can get rid of a 9-8, I suppose. I mean, she could be, but she has discarded a lot of terminals herself. That's actually better. That's got slightly more chances, maybe. Okay. Also, a 1 was discarded. I have another one, so I think this is just a case of Debbie's on a toy, I would imagine, from this.
Don't.
Could have been. That's why I was holding the 1, but you didn't call the other 1 that was played. I'm just going to quickly adjust my volume settings if you bear with me. Okay, well, I'm dealer now, and unfortunately, Viking's been given points he doesn't need anymore. Stop giving him points, people. Alright, let's go for that, and see what happens here. Green Dragon's played. I mean, if she'd had more triplets, or if she was in tempo from that, then that was absolutely correct call. I don't know whether she was or not, though. See, I could have called 2 triplets there, and I'm not necessarily sure that would have been a bad play. So I'm going dragon, dragon, dragon. Have to keep the 6 because it's quite close to Fedora. This is the other side of it. I mean, there's very... I'm not an advocate for canning like mad when you can, but terminals are usually the best tiles to do it with. If you're going to, if not that you ever get a choice in the matter, you know, it's just there's less ways you can screw up your hand by canning terminals, and as mentioned, they're the best ones for boosting the hand value, assuming you haven't hit the Mungan level at least. Okay, Chiral calls a non-affiliated wind. But he has 2, so he's probably on a Hamanzu half flush. This, I guess, is true. I mean, it's situational, but usually there's less ways you can screw yourself up. Canning a middle tile is always the risk of doing that. Because in fact, having 4 of a tile and then 1 extra gives you triplet run. Or triplet open run anyway. So, there are advantages. I've got a potential sand queue here. But I'm not sure how aggressive I can be with the sand. I'm mostly just working out safe tiles here. I've gone all on my dragon plans, apparently. So 5 and 4 are safe. He's discarded an east. Well, I guess there's that side of things as well. Alright, what's us for 9s here? We only need 1 pair, and I don't think we're in a position to get to multi-pair and for the win. Okay, so all the 1s are now out. All the 9s are now pretty much out. Can I get this to Tanyo?
No.
Nope, dragon. Unfortunately, that's not especially valuable, but it keeps Chiral in the game. Debbie's now... So I think kept these two are quite close on points. I'm still hanging on in second. And now it's Vikings dealer turn. So this is where I want the Ackerman Sumo. Well, they always want the Ackerman Sumo, but you know. Yeah, that kind of screws you up in that instance. Especially if you had a triplet and run already set up there, so... I do not have a hand to attack this, annoyingly. It'd have been better off holding it, but there is some power in that move, I'll be honest. Dealer Khan on the first thing there. No, not being silly, I just imagined that, you know, he's actually got a hand. He's probably aiming for half flush or has a dragon set or something. I'm disinclined to give him stuff right now, and I want to stay in Sozu, so let's go middle 7. Also, hi Griev. Also, I just realized I discarded 1 from a pair. That is really... I'm not paying attention right now. That was bad of me. Alright, well... 2 there. Let's see what goes on. It could easily just be a bluff as well. He might have just decided to do that for lols. Although, he doesn't tend to do things for lols. Forcing the fold, perhaps? But I'm getting punished at the moment. for that sloppy 7 pair discard. So if I discarded a 9 instead, I'd have been better off, but I'm really concerned about discarding things that... I guess 9 is probably as safe as any tile is going to be at this stage. Also, no dragons yet. South is better than dragons. Okay, that's helpful. And also dragon. So we're now kind of getting back in the game somewhat here.
Boom.
Okay, dragon call from Debbie. And that's a potentially good draw. So we can technically turn this into a half flush, or that can happen.
Boom.
Okay, Debbie goes aggressive. Okay, we're going to discard the outside 9s for the moment and see where this goes. So we'd like to continue on with this hand if we can. I've got 6s for safe discards against that if I want to go for it. And I think based on that draw I want to hold off. Alright, I know Freeze a safe discard as well. Okay, Viking on the aggressor. He has Reach and Carns, and Debbie has a half flush. Oh, I don't even know what to do here. Fold and go. So Debbie Dragon half flush wouldn't be bad. I think I've got to stick with a fold plan here, haven't I? Debbie could be on a toy. Oh, wow. That is super aggressive. That is ultra aggressive, sir. We are in awe of that, but... South. I do not know if South is safe anymore. Kyril is about to win all his points back. Oh, he whiffed on the Uradura, but still. Mungan. That could have been much worse, in all honesty. I was expecting something to happen from that, but... Yeah, clearly that is what happened then. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm thinking possibly a Manzu Honitsu here. Depends whether we get this last south or whether we can pair up the wests. Yeah, we see a red. This is South 1, so we've made it through 4 games. We'll go for another 4 games. Ignoring any repeats. Actually, my points haven't changed yet, which is... Well, actually they have, because that was our sumo there. And Kyril's on a bit of a roll. This would be fine if I was a bit further advanced with my hand. 8 safe. We might risk getting rid of these and move ourselves towards this Honitsu. should probably have played the 8 there, but I'm...
Boom.
Okay, Debbie's going to attack that. Shame, one's actually one of the tars I could do with. White Dragon's safe. Play West Wind as it's my wind. I've got my double run. So we're one away from Tenpai, but... Okay then. Now we're one away from Tenpai with a Honitsu. That's much more encouraging because these are now much more likely to be safe. We're not likely to get them unless unless Chiral accidentally draws them.
Boom.
That being said,
Boom.
exactly what we wanted to happen. That will do. Direct hit on the right person, and I think that puts me just about in the lead. I'm going to follow that one up. But no, I was expecting that to come from Chiral, if anybody. I wasn't expecting that to just happen from Debbie. So very risky, so I hope that was getting to... That wasn't it, Sue.
Boom.
Okay, so the thing with Chiral calling that east is it's not actually a bonus star for him at the moment. So that might not be what he wants to do, unless he is on a half flush plan. In our case, we're definitely looking to Tanyo here. I'd have been celebrating more if it was an Itsu, in all honesty. I didn't even call it a possible Itsu. That's how bad that was. Alright, we'll risk the red, see how it goes. So we've got a 1,000-point lead over Chiral right now, and we have an ex-dealer. So this wouldn't be a bad time for me to just get a quick sumo win of some kind. I also want to keep... I don't want to get rid of a 9, because an 8 actually gives me the two-sided Pinfu. So yeah. That also makes my 3 really hard to get rid of now. Six is safe. Chiral sumoing with something cheap would be quite good for me. Alright, let's risk that. So the Tanyo is now ready. A 4 gets discarded by Debbie. That gives me it, actually.
Boom.
Chiral has a bonus triplet. Risks a live dragon. There are some dodgy decisions being made here. That, however, is a safe tile. So 4-dot discard from Debbie gets me there.
Go.
Oh, okay. Debbie takes the win. Dragon Dora. And we have a dealer repeat. And I am slightly more secured in first place, although not with enough to actually win the game at this stage. This looks quite impressive. In fact, this hand looks quite ridiculously impressive, actually. Again, Tanyo. Again, quick. I can call 6-5 and go for it.
Home.
Home.
Other people have the quick plan, I'm noticing. Fortunately, I don't have Dora, otherwise this would be a definite call everything and go for it. But they both hit bonus tiles immediately, so... Tanyo, red... Oh, okay, everybody's calling. At least with Debbie calling another draw straight away.
Chi.
And I thought I had a good hand. Oh well, let's just see how this goes. Alright, Druidora.
Chi.
So Kyrill's definitely trying to rush a win here. Well, they're all trying to rush a win. So really, all I need to do is just play around it a little bit. So draw the 4, I can reach for a 6-5. Tanyo hand, or just keep it silent, which I probably would do in this instance. Ugh. Tempting, but with all these calls, I'm not doing it. And so should be fine. So those have been quite cheap actually on the board, so I don't think anybody other than me wants them. $9 risky. It passes and he sumos. Okay. 2,000 only. It's cheap. So he's obviously trying to just push the game a bit. So now I need a hand. Any hand will do, and I am going to toss the East to begin with. It is my bonus tile, but of course, slightly less important right now. 7s.
Home.
Let's give the green away. So that's definitely an easy call. Yeah, I'm dealer. I've got a good hand, potentially a Dora in it, and I can pretty much go with anything. Already got my pair established as well, which is nice. In fact, I could even call a 1, toss for 9, and go that way if the 1 turned up now. And I'd have the advantage of looking like I'm not going for a Sozu hand. Eight doesn't help me much. Free would be great if Debbie had discarded it. Now I'm wondering whether somebody's got Dora free. I think Debbie can call that. Over that, or Viking was slow rolling the thought of calling Dora free. Which obviously doesn't help his hand too much if he was thinking about it. Nice. Okay, it wasn't Dora free then. Actually, I suppose you could still have a pair of them. Alright, 1 from Tenpai then. I can call the 7s or the 1s to get there. Random 1-man would be quite good right now. Oh, poor Rise.
Home.
7-4. 1-4's been played. 2-4's been played, actually.
Home.
Suddenly, Kyrill's come alive. We disapprove. There's a chance the fours...
Dong.
I didn't want to take that off Debbie, really. But I am dealer. I've got to keep my points propped up there. I'm now over 30,000. It was cheap, but I had to do it. Okay, dealer repeat. 32,000 points. And this is looking good. Possible Itsu on the cards. Possible Chinitsu on the cards, in all honesty, but hey. Let's just see. Getting rid of a 9-8 side rather than the 6-8. This opens up a few more possibilities if I were to draw the 5, for instance, so... Oh, wow. You remember last session of this where I'd hit the ridiculousness of Chinitsu, Chitoitsu, and Dora? Yeah, I think at this point we just go for it. I have a pair established. I mean, I'd like to draw another 7 ideally. South would be fine. So yeah, pair that off. Even if it doesn't end up getting paired off eventually, I can still technically try this. But dealer Chinitsu is definitely worth considering. I can't remember. I think it might have been actually. I know I had 3 killer hands that were done, but there was the last one. So yeah, it might have been. South. So if I draw the 5, draw the east, pretty much there. 5 east 7. In fact, 8 would be fine here. It was a comeback hand, and I wasn't expecting it either. It just eventually developed into something ridiculous. But these things happen. I mean, you can't expect your big hands to always win.
Each.
Oh, if you are talking to me. Okay. Immediate. No, 7. So 7's safe tile here, so I might have to discard that. Well, we were in Senpai for it. He hit the pin through. And it's big. Oh, for God's sake. You would luck into a Hanneman, sir. That is unfortunate. So now I've got to hit a Mungan again. Or a Dragon in hand, though. Yeah, it's fine. This game's not over yet, but I now need to hit Hanneman to come back. Otherwise, I think we're giving him the trophy a couple of sessions early. Kyrol, you had better be in with a hand that's big enough to actually destroy him. Otherwise, I am not going to be happy with you. So, half flush, 1 dragon is my best bet. And that is not Hanneman, sir. Actually, my hand's kind of developing quite nicely as well, which is a bit of a pain, really, because it's not really developing into any value. I kind of have to push the White Dragon side of things and just hope I get lucky. I mean, I can direct hit for enough, and direct hits only needs 3 harm, but if I'm relying on that, I'm in trouble. This can get to an Itsu.
Rom.
Ah, dear. GG there. Alright, anyway, I need to go and adjust lobby settings, so if you bear with me 2 moments while I go and actually do that. Yeah, that's the wrong one. You could have waited. You didn't have to take that. Ah, that's okay then. Anyway, that should have changed it, so let me know if that actually fixes things for those who need a thing. Meanwhile, I'm jumping in here. So Urza is a good Urza actually, I think, has a good shot at actually overtaking me at this point. Gonna have to mess around with things in a moment just to get this going, so bear with. That will do. Well, that was a short thing. We'll watch that later. Okay, so we have... okay, this is workable. It'd be better if the 8 was Vidora, in all honesty, but hey, we'll see. South's been played, so we'll toss the South on our turn. I don't know, I'm kind of got that in the background over there, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll take the East here. No real reason not to at this point. We had Dragon back up as well. I know I wish I hadn't discarded a 6, but oh well.
カン
Okay, the Chiz is going aggressive. We didn't hit any extra draw off that, unfortunately.
ポン
Then I'm happy to call. Wasn't my fault. Other than introducing him to the game, of course.
リーチ
Oh, for God's sake. Here's the problem I've got. I'm kind of committed now. I have a 6-9 as a winner, though, so...
ドン
Well... Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad in all honesty. I mean, the early Khan is a bit questionable sometimes, but you want to Khan the you generally want to Khan the turn before you go into Reach, and I know you're not listening to me. I'm going to call the 1. Not necessarily the best idea at this stage, but I'm being greedy and need the Tanya.
リーチ
I have a safe tile against that. Suji and also high Sozu, really. The problem is that gives up my Tanya at that point. Yeah, that's not good. That is not good at all. I'm also on a timer issue now, so I need a Green Dragon to get played. East is fine. Oh, god darn it. I have too many risky tiles at the moment. Self-drew. He was not waiting on the green. But 2,000 points, I can live with that, and I am now the dealer. No IO, okay. Yeah, you don't want to alt-tab out when you've reached. You can't, yeah, you kind of need to do that.
Pong.
That's okay. It's just not really going to give me a lot of benefit going that way at the moment, so we'll hold off and see. See, that might help. That might be better. So now I've got 4 pairs. 4 pairs, dragon back up. This is Toy Toy.
Pong.
What? Kyril is being aggressive, I'll give him that. Well, he's probably not after Manzu, which means it might just end up being an East only. Which is significantly less worrying to me. Oh yes, I missed Draconis' Doom. Yeah. I'm still watching I've got the 5-minute thing over there, so I am kind of paying attention to it. East only, 1500. My dealer turn is killed for a nothing hand. Kyril, you need to learn how to build some value and not just rush Viking to the turn. Oh dear, it's fine. You just rushed into the dealer turn, that's all. This is interesting. It's not really a Shinitsu-ish hand, but you never know. If I pull off a few more. A couple more good draws, I can probably do something on this. Alright, red over green. I was just thinking that, actually. Unless someone might be me in a moment, because now I have Honitsu set up. Okay, wow, is this coming together quite nicely. Need the 7 in an ideal world, and obviously the 1's still loose, but this is getting there quite rapidly.
Riichi.
Kriev, have you hacked Kyril's account? Gotta play that, but 9's dodgy. Question is it really worth going for?
Chi.
At this point, it has to be.
Riichi.
At this point, it isn't.
Pong.
Two-sided, 4-7 weight. Fortunately, it's a 7 weight, actually, I've just thought about. 1, 2... Yeah, I need to be off of this weight.
Riichi.
What am I even doing at this point? What am I even doing at this point? Ugh. That's potentially changing things. 5 passes. Alright. Green. Last green. 6. 7's been played recently.
Don't.
Direct hit. 3,900 off the dealer. The pro wins in not at all silence. Okay, getting rid of the mid 5, a bit of a risky one there, but so east for Tempai wouldn't be too bad, especially if I've got double door. Oh no, I don't have double door anymore, and east isn't my bonus wind anymore. There have been slight miscalculations here. Yeah, this is worth getting rid of the east at this stage. They're not doing a lot for me, in all honesty, so it's really tempting to slam door free, but I think we got to pass it. Double run. We're close.
Home.
Can't do anything with 7. Risking the red 5 though. Wishing I didn't have a pair of 1s. Okay, live red dragon towards the end. That is a fold point from the lead. Half fold anyway. Just drawing a random incidental pair of red dragons though. We're back in the game. Yep, that was the quickest fold into nothing ever. Alright, so what have you got then?
Home.
Okay, Viking goes for a call. Rise, did you pull off a Rinshan? Alright, I'm going to have to be aware of that in about 5 minutes. 2 is not necessarily safe against that board, but let's have a go of it anyway. Ooh, that's a risky one.
Home.
I'm going to take that, but only because I've got the safe discard, so 3-6.
Sumo.
There we go then. Red Dragon Double Door, 4,000. This hand, though, is not especially good. If I can double a south up, it's okay. I've got 2 runs. Actually, I guess 2 runs and 2 closed weights there. This could get there quite quickly. I just need a bit of luck. That's helpful. So now I've got additional tiles that get me far enough with that, including red Dora. So, oh wow, okay, red dragon. So draw the 3, go into a 5-man only. Well, not if you always go for them.
Riichi.
So I've revealed nothing. It's the best kind of weight. Nothing is revealed. I mean, this is unlikely to pay off, but I am dealer if this does work, so maybe arguably I should probably have not gone for this one quite so aggressively. If I'd have waited a little longer, I'd get rid of the 1, get rid of a 2, been in the 2-sided weight with Dora. Mind you, I do have 2 Dora anyway, so reach 2 Dora. Would have had more Dora if I'd have kept going with it. Ah, well. Abandon the Frisos.
Boom.
3 dots, on the other hand, is fine. And we hit an Uridura as well. There is a Mungan. So we have solid lead going into this. And a kind of solid hand, in all honesty. Oh no, don't! You goit! Oh well, I'm miles in the lead. I can't complain too much. I do like that feature of the game, especially as you just see the horror on the person with the good hand who started this darn chain off. Meanwhile, this hand's not as good, but I don't necessarily need it to be. Should probably keep that going. I wish I kept that now, of course, but yeah, well. Looks like that result has ended, so we have the JPC match there. JPC, you are victorious. It's fine, I missed it, unfortunately, but...
Boom.
Well, that was always a little dodgy there, but... I don't mind Chiral or Aiden getting a few more points at this stage, it has to be said. We don't want the person to my right to get any more, but that's just personal preference and the way the game is going at the moment. Alright, so we've got Toy Toy available. Yeah, okay, I can take this. It was me hoping that was going to be the self-draw, but oh well. Do I push this?
Boom.
This feels a bit bad, actually. I might be risking points for no reason. Yeah, I'm risking points for no reason. I shouldn't really go for that. Alright, Tenpai. Tenpai and giving up any hope of actually getting to a legitimate hand here, I think is what I've managed to do. So I am folding the moment I can. Because I need to call this if I'm going to keep the hand actually going anywhere. No, fine. Yeah, we're going to fold this. Because it's fun that it is, and I could stay in that position. I can still win on self-draw, and it's just not going to work out.
4
Thankfully, that happens. So, Mungan for Chiral. So that pretty much means it's a straight fight between me and him for the last hand. He still needs a huge hand to actually overtake things, but it's looking like I'm going to get a decent win out of this one. Of course, if we can lower Vikings points by a few more, I'm definitely in favour of that. Just saying. East doesn't do a lot, but mind you, one's already been played. I was a slight misclick there, but it doesn't matter. I meant to play the West rather than that. There you go.
本
Okay, not bad. Oh, he failed at the Tanya door free trick. You can't both have Tanya door free. It's just not possible on the cards. And unless you've gone Khan mad again, in which case technically you can both have Tanya door free. At that stage, but only one of you can actually win it. Well, this is developing okay. There's the reach. Yeah, I guess you can do that. But still, only one of you can win Tanya door free. No, he didn't Nippatsu Sumo, so that lowers what points he can grab. He'd need a lot to catch Chiral from his position. Unless Chiral deals into a direct hit and then gives him some positives. Should still be okay.
Sumo.
E-sumos. Okay, so what did he have? Okay. Reach Sumodora 1, 7,000 points, deal a repeat. See, that's almost perfect. Just one problem. I need one more of these darn tiles, and then I'm set. It'd be ultra aggressive to go for this. So we're going to hold off for the moment. Get rid of the middle 5. South is a bonus tile, of course, so we'll probably call that if it comes off. Yeah, that's useful.
ポン
And I think Viking thinks it's useful as well. Do I want to do this?
Pom.
I'm thinking yes, actually. I'm playing this a little risky, but it's not entirely failed yet. So we're going heavy on the Sozus, and he's just tossed a green dragon, which is useful information for me. Got a feeling somebody else has a pair of Souths out there, which is a pain when that's what I've got. However, so more than one way I can get to Tempai with this hand, so... And I have 2 safe tiles against Viking if I feel I need them. Alright, 9 safe. Oh, that's a pain. My hand is kind of becoming crippled here. But if we can deal into Aegon, then I'll be perfectly happy with that chain of events. Short of him having a monster hand, I should be okay.
Riichi.
Do I want to go for this?
Pom.
Rom.
Yay, that'll do! And that's actually a decent hand. 5,200. Ba-da-ba-da. Plus 54. GG, and yeah, I was a bit on tilt towards the end of that. Not overly. Ah, well, that happens. Anyway, I imagine there's another game going on somewhere, so I will go and watch that. In fact, there were another 2 games going off by the look at that. Did I miss one? No, you seem to be doing okay, actually, in fairness. Right, let me just go into the other game, which I'm probably going to observe for a little bit. I might even just call it a stream after this one, depending on... Somebody nudge me in the chat if it turns out we got another game. You ready? Yep, and I'll reposition that so it's actually in line with what we want. Well, that happens, but I mean, there's kind of logic to things, and you did declare Reach at the right moments by the look of it. I might play one more. It depends how things gets. All right, fine. I want to keep an eye on this though, so I will have that on the background. And there we go. One more then. I don't know which player I'm behind at the moment. I'm behind Horsky. So while we wait, I might as well actually watch this match. So, what are we looking at here? We are looking at Urza getting one away from Tenpai. In fact, no, Urza is actually at Tenpai for the 5. Anyway, let's see what the others are doing. So in the secondary bracket, because unfortunately we sort of have 2 exact tables, and those 2 tables are always going to be playing each other, we might have to do something to mix it up on the last day. We might have to have set up rounds, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of the night to go, Egan. It's not finished, especially for playing another game. Well, he's kinda... He's one from Tenpai. It's not terrible, but he is reliant on getting the green dragon, which is a problem. And he also is called a middle sequence without necessarily being in a Tanyo position, which is a little dodgy.
Sumo.
And he draws his incidental 5. Urza picks up 4,000 points and reduces the gap. Anyway, another game has started. Okay, so it's the exact same game as last time, only we're in reverse order. So, Red Dragon to start. So this is going to be my last game for the night then. We'll keep the other game somewhere in the background just so I can have an eye on that later. Easter play. Actually, I just didn't... I think I just actually minimized the game, or possibly closed the window. Oh no, there we go. Right, so what am I working with? I am working with... reasonably starting hand. I am south, and I obviously want to get Viking off the dealer turn in order to reduce his point count. And I do have Tudora, which is always something to be considered at this point. Well, it is Mahjong Night, sir. And it used to be later than this, in all honesty. This used to be about the start time for Mahjong Nights, but because I'm now getting home from work earlier, I've moved it forward a couple of hours, which, to be fair, has caused a bit of a mixed feeling about whether it's better or not. The American Jongers are a bit upset about it. But most of the European ones seem to be okay. I think we cull that, keep the pair, see how it goes. So we still need to draw. I think the line is that for the moment. Ah, so you're 2 hours, 2 hours ahead of me. So yeah, drop 6, go there. I mean, I can call for Tanyo Dora 2, but I need that 6. Or I just go... Actually, that wasn't a good move. That was wrong. I should have got rid of the 5 there if I was going to get rid of anything. That's helped. That's recovered me, though. So 1 from Tenpai, waiting on 4, 7, 4 ideally. But I can technically go on the 1 and reach for a 2-sided pair weight.
Pong.
Okay, Chiral calls. I
1
think we go for this.
ポン
Okay, he's killed my Ipatsu. But I'm waiting on a 1-4. And I have multiple... Well, actually, no. I've only got the 1. If I draw the last 7, I can calm.
Pong.
Chiral is being ultra aggressive into a reach. This tends to have problems, but we'll see if it works for him this time. If he's forced to play the 1 or the 4, then...
ドン
Yeah, that aggression did not work out for you. But I'm 30,000 and dealer, exactly where I want to be at the start of the game. Dora. South to start. Alright, risk a dragon. Risk another dragon. And we'll see where we are after we get rid of the east, which I think is fine from where the hand is right now. Okay, that's nice. If we draw the 3, I'm then basically Tenpai on a 3-5. Not the best of weights, but it's easy enough for me to make that Pinfu. And if I draw either of them, then reaching on the last is probably an okay move. Gonna keep this on the basis that if I draw a 5, I can possibly get rid of the closed weight and improve the weight that side. I'd give up a Dora, but I do already have one. Ideally, if I can pair up that, that opens up my chances. Aegon reaches. What are you waiting on? Probably a high dot weight, which is a little awkward from where I'm positioned. However, I have a safe tile for now. Also, that's about the 3rd card I've seen from you, just randomly glancing. Open card as well, when you're nowhere near Tenpai at this one. Open early cards just don't work for you. I have no idea who could I possibly be talking about at this point. Depends who had a Khan about 5 minutes ago. I think it is you, actually. I don't know. It's whoever is at the bottom. Green's not live, but it's dodgy. I also have an odd feeling there's no more free mans left. Yeah, can't call that one. I think I'm folding here.
Sumo.
Okay, Egan pulls up a decent win. That's a Mungan. And I lose some points there. You win a hand and you lead, sir.
Chi.
That might be too aggressive. He might have gone on tilt from that. Being said, some things are worth tilting for, and apparently... Well, let's just see.
Pong.
Okay, it is causing off-color wind. Most likely on a dot on Itzy then. Except for all the times I use them to beat you anyway.
Come.
Okay, that's aggressive. Actually, I thought this is slightly off-center. You know what, I'm looking at your screen and you haven't declared a Khan yet. What is wrong with you, sir? Glancing over, I should say. And also, that's actually not going to work out, is it? Yeah, that's not going to work out. Alright, toss that. I've got my pair established there. That's helpful. Alright, one from Tenpai. Ideally, I need that 4 dot. That was not a 4 dot.
Chi.
It felt like a risk. I don't know what Egan's waiting on, but I think he needs a dragon. And the only one left is... actually, no. He doesn't have anything left, I don't think.
Come. Come.
Chiral must win. Sun Gansu! It means I can't ever draw that 4, but how much value is he pumping at the moment? I mean, he's showing Dora 4 there. I didn't have anything to... Whoa, hold on. Yeah, that suddenly became a fold. It's not a myth, he actually was in Tenpai for it. Anyway, so that aside, I am...
Chi.
I suppose I could have called the South there, but it is still a thing. Yeah, I'll take mine. I think this is probably going to have to be a Tanyo-ish rush in a moment, but we'll see. I've got 2 Dora. I think we'll still hold off. Arguably, I should have gone for it there. Actually, that's worse. I should have gone for the 7 there. I hesitated, I am now lost. That recovers it. Alright, 2 free tiles get me to Tenpai. That's not one of them, but it's not a bad one for me to just instantly get, because I can then call and go into it.
Home.
Gives me 1 more tile I can call with.
Home.
I went for the safe one against the dealer. That might not have been the good decision here. This is my last call. Nope. Koshima, Socha, and Poto, come on. Alright, so I'm possibly looking towards Sanchiku nonsense here, but I've got some points to try and make up now, and the problem is it's not really close on that one. We're not naming them all. I've got a list somewhere. I don't know which one he's looking for though. Okay, good draw. Guess we cut that on the basis we're looking towards pin 2 rather than that. Means I'm 1 away from Tenpai. Alright, so I am in Tenpai. I'm not going to take this just yet, though. Gonna see if we can bump the hand value up a little bit here. We also don't want to be waiting on a 7, that's the other thing. Alright, now call's been made, we're going to go for it. Also, that game ended. Congratulations to Urza! And hello, Stefan. It's been a while.
Riichi.
God darn it, Viking.
Riichi.
I have to risk it. Actually, statistically, eventually one of us will get it. Mind you, nobody gets Yakuman on this stream. You know that happens. But I have 2 Dora. I have Reach. I've got to go for this. It's a very bad wait, though. But with one person calling and likely to throw everything they play, there's a shot. Slightly more of a shot than if nobody had called. And Aiden just plays it anyway, so I will take that. Bad wait, and I hit the Uradura. I kill his dealer turn off. Hooray. That could have been disastrous. Nice.
Chi.
Boom.
Well, I don't know what we mean by that entirely, but basically, hands that are nearly done don't count. And almost Daisangan doesn't count. You can argue you've been in Tenpai for a lot of Yakumans, and I certainly have on this channel, but... Stefan, there is one more space available. I'm also 1 from Tenpai again, but I probably want to cut this 1-2 off. Yeah, that's a nicer way to do it. Huzzah! Welcome back, sir. I do like when you casually reveal Tenpai for Kokushi at the end of a game and nobody realizes that's what you were going for the whole time. It's usually the case where you've had sort of 8 and you've just been trying to play around casually and then you just end up drawing the terminals. I think I did it once on this thing as well, but... yeah, get rid of the 8 here. The 4 is potentially useful in its own way, and I've got potential run, pair, Tenpai that way. If I draw the 3, it's slightly more awkward, but the 5 is now the best draw I can make.
Boom.
Okay, Agen's going aggressive. That's just unfortunate, but yeah. We've all been in those sorts of situations, and this is looking surprisingly good right now. So 1 from Tenpai, plenty of middle tiles in Manzu or Sozu that get me there. I think 2 to 7 Sozu gets me there. 4 to 8 Manzu probably does as well. That's close. Do I want to do that though? Is that better? It's not. I've just seen all the 2s, so with all the 2s out, there's no point in me going into the 2-5 Ipeiko weight. That, on the other hand, is worth it. Except that I'd be for a 10. God darn it. For a 10 myself. I'm going to hit Tenpai now. Of course I was. Alright. I mean, a for a 10. Tanyo, 258.
Come.
I'm not even going to get another draw, am I?
Boom.
Okay, Kairo's off. We were round win this time. I have 2 Dora again. I also have something rather interesting, which I might have to consider. No, there weren't any no 2 So's left.
Boom.
Boom.
This feels like a really silly, aggressive line that I'm about to attempt, but bear with me. Wait a minute, who are you up against?
Sumo.
Yay, that is... Poverty. I also think I missed the points off, but we'll go and grab those in a moment. There are no Dans at that table. They're all Qs. Unless Debbie has hit first Dan yet, in which case, welcome to Danship. I'm still languishing and stuck in second Dan, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. He's been a Dan for moths? All hail the master of moth foo. Alright, so you have possibly Ipeiko here. I'll keep the 5 for the moment and give Carol even more points.
Chi.
think the Vikings forcing himself to be aggressive here, and that's working. Yeah, forced aggression works. Last game then. I mean, he's close enough for an upset.
Pong.
Pom.
Although Dorothy.
Pong.
Kyril is the dealer, so he can go on a bit of a repeat rampage if I let him go. Still, I think we'll cut the one free here. We don't want to get rid of our Sozu tiles. Mind you, and he's developing. So I've got South Call into Toy Toy. Or I can go nuts with this. I might go nuts with this and see what I can do. Nah, it's not helping. I'd love to draw one more of these and just get the Sananko.
Pom.
But Toy Toy's enough. I just need to pair one of these two up and I'm there. Hey, if I draw the South, I'm actually in a Sananko potentially with a multi-sided weight. Well, there we go then. Yeah, it's also for a 10 again. I don't think there's any 4s left, are there? Nope, this is a completely dead weight. I am the master of this game. Okay. I am the utter master of getting into Furu 10, and that was like my first darn discard. I had a Suanko if I'd done this properly. Oh well.
Chi.
Casually hit Tanyo. 2-5. I don't think there's many of those left either. West Wind single weight. Okay, 1,000 points it. There we go. Kyril in a silly 7-dot single weight for not a lot. I had a hand to win the game. Alright, North is there. So 1 Dora, but really we don't care about that. What we care about is that we got 3 tiles that we can potentially pair up for wins. 8 goes away. Red Dragon's been played, so we'll probably get rid of that now. Yay, Barrow West. There we go. Unfortunately, there's only one of those left. Basically, this next night and then the night after, which will be the final. The final is the 24th, I believe. Do I just got live dragon against this? Not on that, I don't think. If he wins off that 2 dots, I was about to say. Alright, so Patsy's out the window. We prefer him not to win, in all honesty, but... At least not to win this hand, because that keeps him in 4th place, and thus the value and the gap decreases. Aegon winning wouldn't be a bad idea. Aegon has a hand, plays a risky 7. He's played a lot of risky Sozu, which is not the riskiest tile against him, I suppose, but it's certainly up there.
Dong.
Chiz deals in 5,200, and I think that's enough to put him second. It is. He gets +6. The gap is capped at just a 39-point recovery. Darn you, Chiz. Then why did you play it if you knew it? Finally earn some points. You did finally earn some points. Alright, that's me done for the moment. But I will just quickly have a casual glance over this game. And now I have to actually get my windows back up so I can actually put that in the right place. Okay, so who are we watching? We're watching Behind Fost, whom I assume is... Actually, who are you? Are you Stefan or are you... So I think Stefan had a guest account before, whether this is a proper one or not. I have the feeling at the point I'm at, and I'm second in the league, unless Urza's had a blinder without anybody noticing. Okay, so this is right at the start. JPC then, Horsky to the right, and Debbie across. And clearly, there has been a freehand deal in. And dealer repeat. So Fost going very aggressively for a Tanyo. He is the dealer, of course, so it's perfectly justified in this instance. He doesn't have a lot of Dora going for him, though, but hey. Well, it does mean he won't have quite such an insurmountable gap when we get to the thing in a fortnight's time. But yeah, just to confirm, the 24th is going to be the last night, so at least of this league table. We might do some incidental stuff, maybe even start at the Mahjong school that I was planning on doing a while back. Although, admittedly, the person I was doing it for is no longer apparently in the Discord chat on a regular basis, so goodness knows how I'm going to get him back into it, but hey. But yeah, we might invite Aegon and see what we can do about that. You're Fost, that's fine. I just need to confirm that because I think you're under Stefan on the league before. You sure on that? I think I've got a Stefan in the list. Let me just find that old list I've got now. That's fine. I'm looking at the game 5 minutes ago. No, apparently you haven't before, so that's fine. I just, for some reason, I was sure we had a Stefan on the list, but I might be thinking of something else. We had a Scotty, we had a Saint, we had a Smody, but we've not had a Stefan, apparently. Alright, fair enough. If you want to mute me, you have perfectly valid to do so, although, of course, you probably already have. So JPC going the ultra-aggressive line here, trying to push himself towards the Toy. Debbie holding onto a dragon, which is perfectly sensible for a folding style hand, which is what's happening. Of course it is, sir. Of course it is. I haven't made a single comment about you.
Chi.
Alright, fair. Well, if you're all going to be like that, I might actually just cut the stream here. Somebody will have to post the results of the game, and I will obviously update this league table. This is where it was... actually, when was the last time this was updated? 27th of October, so this is up to date because we didn't have one last time. So yeah, this is how the league table currently stands. So I was 244 points down before we started this. I think I've caught up a little bit, although I did finish third in the first game, which you won. So I don't think I've closed the gap by quite that much. Urza, if he's had a good day, is definitely in the rank for that. Aegon is currently bottom of the list and will remain so until he picks up some points. But that's currently how things are roughly standing. Okay, so Horsky picked up a win against JPC somewhere. It is very, very true. I had nearly 150 point cushion before that happened. That. Also, all my windows have just been minimized. Apologies.
Chi.
No. Although you're getting better at the game. I think knowing the rest of the Yaku is probably going to be a bit of a help because there are a couple of occasions where you did call into basically oblivion in terms of actually finishing a hand. But everything else, you seem to get the hang of at least how to play around things. Yes, I do have a default background. What of it? Okay, so Debbie's gone double call into... She's not quite there yet, but it is double Han at this point, so... And a red door. If she can incorporate that... Drop the 7. Yeah, so drop the 7 into a 3-6 tempo. Well, you say that, but then you were rushing quite a lot in the last game we played. That being said, that's not always a bad thing, but generally you need to make sure you have your Yaku established, you have your pair sorted out. Because when you push, the thing that disappears first usually is your pair. And you do need one at the end of the day. So never call away your last pair is a general bit of advice I'd normally give people. Beyond that, being aggressive is fine, but it has to be to a purpose. And if you're miles behind in points, calling generally lowers your hand value. And Debbie picks up a win. Fair enough, fair enough. Sometimes that's not enough, though, because sometimes 7 pairs is more likely. And don't bluff.
Chi.
Ultimately, you're making the community worse by doing it. Arguably. Oh dear.
Chi.
Actually, no, not in that case. You usually, and I emphasize usually because it's been a while since I've actually played a lot of games against you and I've actually analysed what you've been doing half the time. But normally you call to a purpose. Sometimes that purpose is about free calls in advance, which isn't always the best of plans. I mean, even
Chi.
looking at things right now, you have called 3 times and you're not in Tempai. Sure, no, sure, but still. I emphasize that this is possibly a true statement here. Especially when you're... Yeah, didn't take that all. It's not a dead hand, actually. Now he's revived it. But... yeah. It's still not the best of moves, and it gives you basically nothing. Heck, you'd have probably been better off keeping the 4, in all honesty, from that, even though it doesn't give you anything. Anyway, what's Debbie on? Debbie is 1 from Tempai. I am going to do a thing. Chanter. So all outside. It would be Junshan, but he's got the green dragon rather than another 9 or 1. So Junshan's a slight upgrade. It'd be worth 2 Han. 3 if concealed. Anyway, Debbie has declared Reach. Risky green dragon against a Reach is always risky. Yeah.
Gong.
Well, that was a bit of a bad error on the part of the dealer, but it was only 1,000 points. 3 calls and all that risk for 1,000 points, sir. If it was a Mungan hand, I might have given you that on the basis that it's kind of it. All outside. So each run has to have a 1 or a 9. It's much more unlikely because the tiles you've got for a Tanyo, which is 2 to 8s, are much more prevalent. But it allows you to also pair that up with outside hands and whatever else. So it's worth knowing about. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to have honor tiles, but if you do, it's still a chanter. If you don't have any honor tiles, it's basically an upgrade, which is how I always teach it, rather than kill them 2 separate Yaku, because they kind of aren't. There is a special one for if you can go for entirely 1s, 9s, and honor tiles, which I have pulled off once on stream, I think. Almost accidentally, in all honesty. Yeah, it's always worth knowing what all the Yakus are, but Chanter's not one that you normally gun for, in all honesty. I mean, you've played enough Mahjong to know now that some Yaku are far, far more likely than others. Hence why the Sankansu thing, when we saw that in the last video, that was a case of, he must win, you must win, and unfortunately you didn't. But still, we were rooting for you. Yes, he did, but then you're not a Kagi.
地
And to be fair, he was only doing that as a test.
本
Surprisingly, no, you're not. Well, no, I'll be honest. Yeah, I played around it, but I did secretly want you to pull that off because, you know, it's one of those Yaku that almost never happens. Almost never. I mean, Ryan Peiko is the one that I love that almost never comes off, which is the 7 pairs double run. But yeah, there are certain Yaku that if there's a chance of it, and yeah, you did have Dora 4 as well, so that was going to be a thing. So at least Dora 4. I think actually Dora 4 was as far as he got, but he's still a buy him in hand with an obscure Yakuman. Gotta love that. Anyway, I'm barely paying attention to this game, which is not nice of me, I know. But I guess that means I've been less distracting to you all. So let's see. 2 early calls from JPC trying to push his White Dragon. This is the other thing beginners tend to do from what I've noticed from observing some of these games. They have a pair of the bonus tile and think that is the only way I must go for it. Debbie and Fost are doing the sensible thing when you have a single White Dragon. You hold on to it, play around it until you absolutely have to play it. Or you get rid of it early.
本
You know what? That's a shame. Especially as that's the... No, that's not the Dora Dragon. Puts you Tenpai, though. Unfortunately, it's not for a very valuable hand. It's White Dragon only. So we should be getting rid of 9, does so. So we can call the 2, but doesn't give her any benefit. The 7's potentially helpful. But I don't need the context of that, but yeah. Who's calling that for? Oh, that was actually, you gonna pull off another win here? No, no, you're not a Tenpai yet.
地
There you go. So that goes for the Tanyo.
4
Unfortunately, you then deal in. But it's to a really cheap hand that JPC is working on. Yeah, because honestly, cheap hands mean nothing if somebody then pulls off a Hanneman. This is the sort of game where you're in East 4, nobody's really gotten far away. The first person to pull together an actual hand is the winner. Or at least to force the game to become, okay, well now we actually need to worry about the big hands. Or endless dealer repeats, of course. General rule, bonus tiles. I think I've hit a Honmoto, but that was a silly thing, really. It was more me going for a Honitsu, and the rest of it just happened to go that way. let's just consider. So with starting hands, I mean, we're just going to take JPCs for an example here. So you want to get rid of your terminals, obviously, 1s, 9s, and whatever else. Then exterior tiles that are most detached from what you're working with. Normally this will include honor tiles that aren't yours, and then you get the dragons and bonus tiles. So yeah, the later you leave it, the more risky it is. However, inversely, the earlier you get rid of it, the less chance that somebody is going to win off it. So I generally say get rid of dragons and the round bonus tile in the first 4, or keep it until somebody else gets rid of it. The only exception to this is if you actually finish your hand and just need to go for it at that point. But then you need to make sure the hand's actually worth going for, at least 3 Han. Do not get rid of loose dragons, especially when you are behind on points. That's generally how I try and play things. Now, whether that's right or not is up to interpretation, and of course that's just the way I play the thing, so... The other side effect, of course, with the risky tiles, especially the dragons and things, is that if you draw a pair of them, suddenly you don't it's a mistake to get rid of them. A pair of them is so much better than one of them, which is why you want to get rid of it early or don't. Debbie has hit near Tempai, but should have kept that 9. I mean, situationally, they'll still have the tiles, and they'll call into oblivion and be massively ahead. But by calling, they have lowered the hand value. They can't reach anymore. They can't. They get lower values to their wins if they go for Onitsu and things. So if they make early calls, it also more likely identifies what kind of hands they're going for at that stage. So JPC goes for Khan, and Fost is very close to Tempai on that one. You got Tanyo here. You have all simples, as far as I can tell. Yeah, you still got Yaku here. Oh. Unless you incorporate a pair of 9s, you have it, so... Yeah, it's Tempai, 5/8. Well, you can't really develop that much further. That's as good as that's probably going to get. If you draw a 7 or a 6, I suppose you got the Toy, but...
Wrong.
No, you still had a Yaku at all points there. No, I'm going to call that a game there, Aegon. I'm just watching out of interest and also just record the points at the end. But I'm done for the moment. Feel free to... If you can get enough players, then I'm happy for another game to take place, and I'll count it on the results, but... You want to play the song? You have nothing to lose except losing. If you're missing exactly one, I will do stuff. Sorry, I'm concentrating on other things. And also, mostly I'm just observing to keep an eye on the game and get the results at the end. But there's evil things to craft. Technically, I should really be unboxing Kingdom Death in all honesty, but...
Riichi.
Alright, we have a Husky Reach. I am looking for everything, sir. If you happen to have everything, let me know. We have 2 out of 4. If you get to 3 out of 4 and nobody looks like they're going to pop in, then I'll play it one more game. Kingdom Death Monster, sir, is a huge 17-pound board game, and that's pound weights rather than pounds. It costs way more than 17 pounds. And it's what you're going to be dying in tomorrow at some point. KDM. 3 to 4. Okay. If nobody joins in the next 2 minutes, then I'll go and do it. I don't think I've ever seen a Kagi do that. I might be mistaken, but I don't think I've ever done that. Well, we're probably going to do a rotating roster in any case, Rise, so we might just have people drop in and out and act as characters for as long as they're still alive. Well, certainly until they're unable to do anything else other than be alive. Okay, so it's a nice little hand by Fost. Unfortunately, West isn't his bonus tile, but it's really close to Tenpai. Has a good couple of things he can call. If he gets the early dragon, that's perfect. Here I'd been kind of tossed to 3 for the North, but he's not that greedy, so it's probably the best call. Oh, unfortunate, but not... Well, actually, it is a little devastating. Still, it meant you drew the red Dora, which you then discarded. You get to call nothing, sir. You get to be a survivor. You get to throw yourself into a lion's gullet to keep myself alive. And those are the rules. Fortunately, West isn't a bonus tar for you, which is a shame. If that was North, you had the recovery. The Uno was an anime skit is amazing. I'm fairly certain they missed the Ghost of a Chance reference. Mind you, we mostly do that in our role-playing sessions, and when Slimeboy returns, we'll probably have to do some more of it. Also, I'll have to finally learn how link summoning works. Okay, Debbie's got a reasonable hand brewing there. No Dora, unfortunately, but double south is never something to be sniffed at. We got a game. I did say I was going to join that one, but okay.
ち
We have Boysby, we have Cheers, and we have an Egan. Well, I'll continue watching this game and I'll just cue the other one. I was talking about the sort of card game nonsense as it was being brought up. And yeah, when Slimeboy returns, I'm going to have to finally learn how to do that darn stuff. For the moment, I've been able to ignore it. But legend says when Slimeboy returns, there will be card games.
ち 本
I have no idea, but I presume he found it somehow, so he's probably around. If not, I'll just add him onto the thing as Boysby until we find out who he actually is. From real life Mahjong right into online Mahjong. Yes, the dream, Smody, the dream. Unless you are Boysby, in which case, huzzah. Yes, that's something I do. I have Mahjong sets around. You do have to find 3 actual people. Oh, it's Kyrill's friend. Okay, that's fine. Does he know how to play properly? And should I really be paying attention to what's going on in that game? All this and more, eventually. No. Good answer, sir. I am probably going to call it a night, and also we have 2 current games in progress without me, so I've already played a few, so...
本
Oh, that was not what I meant to do. I meant to bring back the thing. There we go. So yeah, we have 8 people currently playing, so I don't imagine we're going to have the things. Yes, why not? Vikings getting extra points from whatever. Actually, I don't know if Vikings still around, actually. Nope. Well, I guess we do have 3. If there is somehow a 12th person around, then I'd be up for a game, but
本
I'm getting a bit tired at this point, so... It was all looking like a good day. I might end up losing lots of points.
本
Egan reached? Yes, Egan reaches.
4
He was doing that my game. Also, I should probably have the actual game that's being observed going on there. So Debbie's just got a Hanneman. Even kind of missed that, but I reckon that was Toy Toy Dora 3 and something. Toy Toy Dora 4, maybe? I actually missed the end of that. Anyway, that was Debbie into the lead. The table's not updated from today, but it is updated from up to today, so ignoring tonight's streams, the standings are updated. So you are currently 7th, sitting on 96 points, tied with Jesper. I'm sorry, brain. Oh, I see how it is. Carol's desperate to get points by forcing that one. Kriev has been positive for quite some time, actually. He's actually possibly overtaken Draconis by the end of this. I don't know how well he's been doing, but... No! I should be watching the other game. I've decided that now. Hold on. Let me just grab that one. Clearly, shenanigans are happening. God damn it. Select. There you go. Well, maybe you will. Okay, I'm going to mute that game and I'm going to come back to that. But clearly something is going on. Yeah, so Kriev, you're probably into 4th. I don't know how well Urza's done today, but I know he was on top at one stage. I'm trying to judge what's happened from there, but okay. Well, Draconis has had a fall from grace because, I mean, the score tracker basically, he was on top of the league for quite a while, actually. I think he ran away to 200 points, and then suddenly 200 points was... and 200 points was not a lot in comparison. Yeah, just skimming along. He went up to about 200 really early. And then just kind of stalled. Somewhere around match 22. Still. No, it's nice to have the full record of how things went down. I also blame the app that doesn't want to turn the sound off. I'm not sure what I'm blaming it for exactly, but, you know. Steppy, as I said, one from Tenpai, waiting on 4-7 Dragon. I guess that... No, actually that wouldn't be. Yeah, that probably wasn't the best tiles here. This is almost the forcing of getting rid of the 2 here, because you don't want to get rid of your dragons. Got rid of the 1. That's a questionable decision.
Riichi.
I should really be watching the other game. That's okay, but it's going to force through a 10, so I get rid of the 1, 2, 3. What's Grove actually waiting on? Okay, 3, 9 with 1, 9 already played. Khan's risky, but yep, didn't go for it. Plays the 3. It's not too bad in terms of development. I think, honestly, the should have kept the 1, 2, 3 she had, in fairness, but... Well, she's waiting on that dragon, and I don't think... Yeah, none of the dragons have been done. And yeah, this is the button to turn the sound off. I always tend to turn the sound effects off. I can turn the music back on, I think. Everybody would want to hear the music again, right? Right? So yeah, clearly. I apologize.
Gong.
I do have the sound on to spite you. I apologize. I could turn it off, but I quite like having the effects on. So Horsky takes the lead from that into final round. It happens. What's going on over here? Still high speeding East 1. I'm going to ignore it. No, always. We'll be back another one. No, there's a Horsky win. You're doing well at the start, in fairness. I know I've not been paying the most attention to this game, but... No worries, sir. I will catch you around at some stage. Oh dear. It was the cigarette. It was clearly the cigarette. In fact, it all went downhill from that shouldn't miss. I mean, the flow was never going to return to you after you did that. So, Rockethead is back and I'm about to leave. Well, you're welcome to continue, and as I say, I will be doing some general Mahjong tutorials type things that I actually promised and have been on the agenda for some time. Defense is awkward, I'll be honest, and to be fair, you'll never get it perfect. But there are some general tips and advice which unfortunately you can also use to set traps. Hence the general term of Suji trap, which I like to mention every now and then. But ultimately, you just need to know how you're going to... Indeed. Ultimately, you just need to know in general how to, you know, how players will defend, how players won't even bother defending and will just go for it anyway. Not entirely. Problem is, for closed weight, of course, is that you only have one winner. And you never really want to be in a situation where you only have one winning tile, even if there's 4 of them available, because there's always the chance that somebody else has a triplet and somebody has it in a run. Or somebody just evilly declares Khan on you with that tile, and you can do nothing about it. Which happens eventually. It'll happen eventually. I can't say personally it's ever happened to me, though. So Oski's looking quite good. One from Britannia Tempo. Yeah, but it also might not be in the game, sir, at that stage. There are 14 tiles that are not in the game. It would be extremely unfortunate, but it could technically happen that all 4 of your winners aren't even going to be part of the game unless they're Uridura. Although, as an aside, if all 4 tiles of the Dora and Uridura are exactly the same, then clearly somebody has been up to cheesy shenanigans somewhere. But since I haven't played Tetsuya in a little while, it's probably not me this time. Okay, Tanya waits for you. Tanya, wait for you. Oh, I'd have been inclined to keep that. I'm tempted to. The problem is I don't own very many of them. I did promise at one stage I would do the Saki PSP Let's Play, but... Okay, so let's keep this at 52, and that ends, and that gives me the result there. So there's one more game currently in progress, but I'm not going to stay to the end of that. If somebody can let me know what the result is at the end of this, then I'd be grateful. So, thanks for joining me, guys. I will call that stream here. We have 2 more nights of this before we declare the Grand Championi of 2017. And unless I get extremely lucky, or if Urza gets an absolute ridiculous chain of victories in the next couple of nights, heck, even Kriev could manage it if he could pull off an even more ridiculous chain of cheesy goodness. But we'll see how it all pans out. So I will see you all later. Thanks for joining me. So long.